Which Disney resorts sleep 5 or 6 for less money? And which ones will let you walk directly to a theme park from your hotel? We've got the answers and lots more for you today here on DFP Guide. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog, and I get asked all the time, what hotel should I stay in? AJ, where should I stay? Now, I always see the answers on the message boards and in Facebook groups, and people are like, well, we loved staying at X and we love staying at Y, but they aren't really considering your family and what you need for your specific tribe. They're just basically saying that Hotel X or Hotel Y was good for their family, which is good information to have. But I wanted to do a video where I was taking you guys into consideration, thinking about your needs, your wants, and helping you narrow down those 20 plus resorts on Disney property and the hundreds of resorts off Disney property to choose from. So while we're not going to touch on every single individual resort in Orlando, we are going to help you narrow down the ones that are going to be right for you. So Disney has 4 resort categories: value, which is the most cost-effective but light on amenities; moderate, which is a step up in both regards but not necessarily luxurious; deluxe, with lots of perks but a higher price tag; and deluxe villas, with lots of space but they cost lots of money. There are also plenty of options off-site, meaning they're not on Walt Disney World property. These include huge vacation homes with pools and full kitchens and laundry facilities, inexpensive rooms that are great choices if you're not going to spend a lot of time in your hotel room, and villas and suites, which can help out as well if you have larger groups. So the first thing you're going to do when you're starting to plan your resort, check your budget. You definitely want to plan on a budget before you start your trip planning and account for all those expenses beyond the resort, like food, transportation, and souvenirs. Now, as you know, we write that whole big DFB guidebook every year, and that actually has budget planning worksheets in it. So if you go to dfbstore.com, you can pick that up. It has budget planning worksheets, blah, blah, blah. They come directly with the guide, so go check those out. Remember, you can always use code YouTube to get a discount on those guidebooks as well. So plan out your budget. And remember, if there are must-do restaurants for you, add those to the budget first, because then you can figure out how much money you have left for where you're going to sleep. So the price differences between the resorts can be pretty staggering, from just over $100 a night for a value resort to upwards of $800 or more for luxe accommodations. And there's a lot in between, of course. So while personal preference does have a huge part to play in which resort you choose, budget should probably be your top priority in terms of narrowing it down. And your length of stay will obviously affect the price, as will which days you stay. So weekends are going to be more expensive than weekdays, and holidays will probably be priced a little bit more expensive as well. Now, staying in a lower priced hotel might mean you can put away that extra money towards a nice dinner or another whole day in the park. So it just depends on your priorities. So figure out your budget first. Next, know what kind of room you want. So here's how to figure that out. You have to prioritize. If you want more money to spend in the parks and on park tickets, you're probably going to be fine with a value resort. If you're a rope drop to park close kind of person, or the only time you spend at the resort is to sleep, or maybe just use the pool, i.e. you're never in your room, you probably don't need to spring for a room with an incredible view that you won't get to enjoy. But if you are planning on using the pool a lot, know that there's options in each resort category for great pool setups. For example, the Art of Animation Nemo themed pool is the largest pool on property and super fun and great theming with a splash pad and everything. There's that Mayan pool pyramid at Coronado Springs Resort, and that pirate themed pool that's super cool over there at Caribbean Beach. And then of course, Stormalong Bay, which is basically a water park for the yacht and beach club guests, is the best pool on property in our opinion. And we also have a whole video dedicated to pools in Walt Disney World and Walt Disney World hotels you can go check out. Now, if you're someone who spends a lot of time at the hotel in the morning, takes their time getting to the parks, or if you just want to relax in some luxury, Disney has some great rooms that you'll basically never want to leave, like a Savannah View room at Animal Kingdom Lodge where you can see all those animals from your balcony. Super fun to get room service breakfast, drink a mimosa while watching the giraffes in the morning. And a lot of it comes down to how much time you'll really be spending at that resort. Does your family need extra space? If so, get a 1 or 2 bedroom or a family suite at Art of Animation. If you're fine in close quarters, since you'll be out of the room most of the time, that will impact your choice. As an adult, do you want good dining and lounges right downstairs in your resort? Value resorts are going to just have a food court and some pool bars, while moderate resorts will have full-service restaurants and lounges most of the time, along with quick service options. And deluxe resorts are going to have multiple options for dining and lounges, including signature fine dining restaurants at many of those deluxe resorts. So your step 2 is prioritize. Figure out what's important to your family. Luxury accommodations or just a place that you need to sleep? Great food or no worries about that, we're eating in the parks. Figure out what is most important to your family. Once you have that determined, you're going to want to figure out if you want to be off-site or on-site. Now, the biggest debate here is perks versus cost. And to clarify, off-site hotels mean that you are staying not right on Disney property. You're not staying in a Disney-owned hotel or the Swan and Dolphin, basically. Staying on Disney property, you get extra magic hours, transportation, an extended Fast Pass window to book your Fast Passes at 60 days instead of 30. Park to resort package delivery that could be really nice if you're buying a lot of stuff in Galaxy's Edge. And of course, that extra Disney magic that Disney is so well known for. Now, staying on site also comes with that Disney price tag. You can often find a similar level of hotel, e.g. a deluxe kind of level hotel, for a lot cheaper, including 4- and 5-star hotels, which will likely be less than a room at the Grand Floridian. So while staying on-site gets you a bunch of extra perks, staying off-site means you're going to pay less money and you're probably going to have more space for the money in the end. So if you are thinking off-site might be an option for you, Good Neighbor hotels, what they call Good Neighbor hotels, which are hotels that Disney works well with, and the Swan and Dolphin, which are basically on-property hotels, give you a great mix of both perks and cost efficiency. These hotels are all located very close to Disney World. Some of them are in the Disney Springs resort area and actually walking distance to Disney Springs. And the Swan and Dolphin, of course, are walking distance to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. And the Good Neighbor hotels will often offer access to extra magic hours and extended Fast Pass windows. But the transportation offsite can get a little tricky. Some hotels will have shuttles, but they tend to run less frequently. This is not a problem if you drove or have a rented car, since you'd be paying for parking at a Disney World resort anyway, or you use ride shares to get around. Note that you can't use minivans to get off-site though. Minivans only run on Disney property to and from the airport and to and from Port Canaveral. Regardless, it will likely take you longer to get into the parks if you're staying off-site. Also, staying off-site is a good option if you're planning on doing more than Disney World. You can stay between the different parks you're visiting, and it's a lot easier to grab dinner outside of Disney World, so you can save on food costs as well. Disney has some great perks, but depending on how you travel and what you prefer to do, staying off-site can save you a lot of money, get you some incredible deals, and give you more to spend at other parks and on park tickets. Let's recap. You've checked your budget. You know your budget. You know what your family considers most important, whether that's food in your hotel, the specific pool that you get access to, extra space, etc. And you've determined whether you want to be off-site or on-site. Those are the 3 most important things you need to sort out. Now, once you've sorted all that out, we have a few extra tips for you that we definitely want you to take away. This will help you figure out which exact hotel will probably fit your family the best. So if you have a large family, consider renting a vacation property off-site or stay in a less expensive family suite at an off-site hotel. A vacation property is great if you're celebrating a family reunion or traveling with a large group, and you can have your own kitchen, laundry, and even a private pool. You can also rent larger rooms on property, like the Disney Vacation Club villas. 1 to 3 bedroom options. They have full-size kitchens. Some of the Grand Villas sleep up to 12 people, but they are super pricey. So you can either book DVC villas directly through Disney, even if you're not a Disney Vacation Club member, or you can save a little bit of money usually by renting one from Vacation Club members that are selling their points or dedicated reservations. And there are several DVC rental agencies that have been set up as third parties that you can go through that minimize the risk for both sides. Now, if your family is 5 or 6 people, I often talk to families who say, well, we're 5 or 6, how are we going to stay without booking a deluxe resort? There are several relatively inexpensive room options that sleep 5 or 6. So these will include a small fold-down twin or child-sized bed, which you'll find at Port Orleans, Riverside, and Caribbean Beach. A sofa bed can be found at Polynesian Contemporary, Yacht and Beach Club, Boardwalk Inn, Old Key West, Grand Floridian, and sometimes Wilderness Lodge. Family suites will give you a little more room as well. You'll find these at Art of Animation and All Star Music. And the cabins at Fort Wilderness include a kitchen, and they also have a queen bed, a bunk bed, and a sleep sofa. So those are going to sleep mom, dad, the kids, and grandma and grandpa. Coronado Springs also has suites there at the moderate resort, but sometimes the suites start to approximate the deluxe resort cost levels. So if you'd prefer to spend a bit more, you can book 2 rooms, but remember that you can request connecting rooms, but they're not guaranteed. And also, if your group is so large that you're booking 10 or more rooms on site, take advantage of Disney's Group Getaways services. You head over to DisneyGroupGetaways.com and you get personalized help in organizing your group trip, including access to extras like private catered events and parties. Okay, so now we've checked our budget, we know what priorities are important to our family, we've figured out generally if we want to be on-site or off-site, and we've determined the best options for our larger families. So now let's talk specifically about staying on-site. If you have decided that on-site is where you belong, let's narrow down those 20+ Disney hotels. If you are thinking value resorts are right for you, coming right up here in the fall, staying at Pop Century or Art of Animation will mean you have access to the Disney Skyliner to get to and from Epcot and Hollywood Studios. And you can also easily resort hop to the other stops on the line for more dining options. That's going to be awesome and a huge bonus for those particular value resorts. Now, if you're a cupcake fan, All Star Movies, All Star Music, and All Star Sports have some of the best cupcakes and bakery cases at Disney World pretty much all the time. Now, Art of Animation does have those family suites, so this gives you a lot of space at a lower price tag. Now, remember, those are still going to be in the $200 and $300 range for a family suite. But if you think about the fact that you're getting so much extra space and you definitely have to pay for 2 rooms at a deluxe resort to get that much space, that's going to be a significantly cheaper option for you. Heading over to moderate resorts. Those moderate resorts are big, super big, with 4 or 5 internal bus stops before heading to the parks. But Port Orleans French Quarter luckily only has 1 stop, and it's only about a 5-minute walk from the farthest rooms to the lobby. So we always do highly recommend Port Orleans French Quarter if you don't want to be on a circulating bus or be too far from anywhere in the specific resort. So Port Orleans Riverside, Caribbean Beach Resort, and Coronado Springs Resort are pretty sprawling, so you might consider requesting a room close to the lobby or paying for a preferred room location. If long walks to your room from the lobby and back aren't your thing, sometimes 15 minutes, like the farthest rooms at Coronado Springs Resort, then consider Port Orleans French Quarter, where you've got a smaller, moderate resort. Now, when it comes to that Skyliner, Caribbean Beach Resort is going to be connected to the Skyliner system as well. So that might swing your vote in favor of the Caribbean Beach Resort, which will get you to and from Epcot and Hollywood Studios on that Skyliner system automatically. Port Orleans Resort offers those princess rooms, and Caribbean Beach Resort offers the pirate rooms if you want some extra theming for your princess or pirate fan. And it's worth noting that Caribbean Beach Resort does not have elevators in their buildings, so be sure to request a first floor room if you don't want to take the stairs after a long day in the parks or haul your luggage upstairs. Port Orleans resorts do offer boat transportation to Disney Springs, so that's really nice that you have access to Disney Springs very quickly and easily from boat transportation instead of having to wait for a bus. And Coronado Springs Resort has the brand new Grand Destino Tower opening July 9th, which should have some great fireworks views from the rooms on the upper floors. Coronado Springs is also a convention hotel, so they do offer a salon and a fitness center on property, while the other moderates don't. Okay, now let's talk about Deluxe and Deluxe Villa Resort tips. So a lot of the Deluxe resorts are in very close proximity to a park, so these are the ones you're going to be able to walk to parks from. The Boardwalk, the Yacht and Beach Club, and the Swan and Dolphin. You can walk to both Epcot and Hollywood Studios from those resorts, or you can take a boat. If you want to stay within walking distance of the Magic Kingdom, the Contemporary is your only choice on that one, though the Contemporary, Grand Floridian, and Polynesian Village Resort all are on the monorail loop. So the monorail will take you from those resorts directly to the Magic Kingdom. Wilderness Lodge is great if you want to be close to the Magic Kingdom but in a quiet setting, and there is boat transportation to the Magic Kingdom from Wilderness Lodge. Old Key West, Saratoga Springs Resort both have boat access to Disney Springs, and Saratoga Springs is within walking distance to Disney Springs as well. And the new Riviera Resort opening soon will be connected to the Skyliner system as well. Okay, once you've narrowed down your room category, if you are choosing to stay at a Disney-owned resort, the last thing you have to decide is theming and experience. Of course, you do have to figure out if they have a room that's within your budget, but consider theming and experience. Every Disney hotel has a theme, from the horse race themed Saratoga Springs to the log cabin feel of Wilderness Lodge. Do you want to feel like you're away from it all? Try Fort Wilderness, where being on site really feels like you're a world away from the theme parks and feels much more like you're at those state park camping trips from when you were a kid. Once you narrow down your price point, you can start looking into specific themes to choose one that best suits your family. Also note that some Disney resort hotels cater to business travelers and those at conventions. And while we haven't seen a huge impact from this personally, it does tend to invade on the magic for some families. And we've heard anecdotal complaints specifically about Swan and Dolphin Resorts and Coronado Springs and their convention traffic. So I don't know if it matters at all or if it helps, but here are just a few of our favorites, because we've stayed at every single resort in Disney World. So here are a few of our favorite choices. Animal Kingdom Lodge is great for curious kids, animal lovers, and foodies. It's a great food resort. The Contemporary is one of my personal favorites. This is the only resort where you can walk to the Magic Kingdom, and you just can't put a price on that as far as I'm concerned, especially if you have little kids. Note that the Garden Wing rooms at the Contemporary will be a bit less expensive, so that might lower the barrier to you being able to stay there. At Beach Club and Yacht Club, those are a quick walk to Epcot and Hollywood Studios, which is just awesome. And of course, Boardwalk fits in that as well. Port Orleans French Quarter, that small, quaint resort with only one bus stop, that's hard to come by, and it's usually a pretty decent price point. There's also a really cool sea serpent pool and a huge splash pad that I think you'll really like. Also at POFQ, a nice food court and some unique snacks, as well as the boat to Disney Springs. So that's a great one all around. Coronado Springs has those higher level amenities. So you've got that salon, you've got that gym as well that you have access to, which is really nice when you're paying moderate prices. And pretty soon there's going to be lots of high-end restaurants on site. Those are opening this summer, and also those tower rooms, which are going to be really cool. So it's going to have a deluxe resort feel for sure, with moderate level prices. And finally, Art of Animation, those great family suites. I tell you, I loved staying in those family suites with my family. It was really nice to have a room of my own with a door I can close, with my kids being able to sleep in the other beds outside the room, and I could turn on the light and not worry about waking them up. And with the Skyliner being added to Art of Animation soon, that's just going to be a great bonus for that hotel. So there's some of our favorites, and we want to hear yours. Please let us know in the comments your favorite places to stay in Disney World. What did you love? What did you hate? And what suited your family? And why did it suit your family? That's what really helps our viewers choose their hotel, is seeing the specific reasons why you like your hotel over other ones. As I mentioned before, we'd love for you to go check out dfbstore.com. Check out our guidebooks that we create. You guys, those are painstakingly created for you. Every single year we update them, and usually multiple times a year, honestly. We're just working on an update right now for Galaxy's Edge, and we work really hard on those. So if you want to support our channel, please head over and check out dfbstore.com. Thanks for listening, and thanks for watching. This is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.